Praise time on MZ Radio London and AP Radio UK with O.Phils.
Welcome back. It's still Praise Time with your friend and brother right here. O.Phils is my name. We're thanking God for everything He has done for us. This is the time that I bring my friend on. I've told you if you've been with me on the show from the beginning of the show, I told you that today I've got a friend with me and that she's gonna be sharing what God lays in her heart. She just released a new song and she's gonna be talking about the song. No one else but Stella Lee. Stella Lee. Stella Lee, she's a singer songwriter. A singer song. She's been singing from very early age. Let me just put it that way. She's also a mentor. She mentors young people and also a software developer. So you're gonna be hearing from her. Let me bring her in. Hello, Stella. How are you doing?
Hello, girls. I'm fine, thank you.
Nice joining me on my show. Thank you for coming on.
And thank you for inviting me as well.
No problem. We were talking about your single, but before we do that, who is Stella Lee? Can you tell our audience who you are, what you do apart from, I just said you're a singer songwriter and, what you do like for a living. But more than that, can you tell us who is Stella Lee?
Well, thank you. I'm a worshiper. I love to worship God. For me, God is priority. And worshiping Him is showing Him an expression of my love for Him. So I love God. I love to spend time with Him. I love to spend time with people who love God as well. Apart from that, I love to go to the gym as well. Yes, I am a software developer. I've done that since I was a teenager, and I've sang since I was a child, like O.Phils has said. So basically, that's me. I love singing.
That's good. So, like what age will you say you start singing and writing and, doing music generally?
I've always sang since I was a child, but I joined the choir at the age of 10. Writing, I stumbled into it and stumbled out. It was anything like that. When I was a teenager, I have a song that I wrote like over 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, thinking of releasing that as well. But yeah, I started a while ago. Yeah, just took it seriously last year.
Well, just last year. So you're kind of pretty new then into the gospel music industry, if I can call it that way. All right. So what inspires you when you write or when, yeah, let's just stay on songwriting for now. What inspires you when you about to write or when you're writing?
I think there are many things that inspires me. One of them is God Himself, His love for us, His solution. He Himself is a solution to the problem of this world, and He's available, and His love is constant, even when we fail, even when we make mistakes, and even when we fall short in our own ways. I think the second thing is life generally. We
Yeah.
see people express life differently. Some are joyful, some are sad, and for me, I think those two major things inspire me, and people's experiences and my experience as well in life inspires me to write songs. And for me, I feel like I'm sent to those who are hurt, who are you know who life has dealt bad cards to, and like see, and God has given me a word for them that He's their healing, He's their balm in Gilead, and He's their hope, and things can change. It's not permanent. So
Mm.
they can believe that things will change, and it will change because it's happened for me as well.
Oh, that's good. That's almost what I was talking about today. That uh, people shouldn't give up. There is hope. If you have life, there is hope, and don't worry about anything. Instead, just thank God for everything. That's what we talking about today. So let's talk about your new single. It's titled "So Live," and I've heard it was so powerful. The production, the lyrics, the the delivery, your vocal on it, everything was so good, and I've been blessed personally. So that song particularly, how does it come about?
Okay, it's very, very interesting. I I was having piano classes because I wanted to help my voice, improve my voice. And there was a history behind that. I was told a few years ago that I would never be able to sing again. But somehow God intervened and that story turned around. And when I heard that I wouldn't be able to sing, I said, okay, I love music a lot. Why don't I learn to play an instrument? So I started to learn to play the piano. And so last year, I had, my teacher gave me a piece to play, and I was practically struggling with it. Being locked down, COVID, and
Yeah.
having little or no interaction with anyone apart from phone calls and video calls. I was practically struggling, and she just said, "Okay, instead of playing this piece, why don't you write a song?"
Hmm.
She knew I knew how to sing. Like, why don't you write a song? And I'm like, okay, maybe that would be more interesting. So I sat down on my piano and started getting this melody, and I was like, okay, this sounds nice. But as the melody was coming, I was hearing the words, there's life, there's hope, you can live again. And when I heard those words, I took a book and I started writing because I like to have a book around me. So I started writing the words. And somehow it was fitting into the melody I was getting, into that rhythm and everything. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's see how this goes. And I recorded the song quickly after writing it, and I played it for her, and she was like, "Oh, this is amazing." And yeah, that's how that started. And
Mm.
but the first thing that happened was that song ministered to me. It told me there was hope first of all, and it really encouraged me. And I said, okay, let's take it to another level. Let's also share the same words with the world and let them know that there's hope and there's life, and the storm will end.
Mm.
You know, yeah,
That's
that's
good.
it.
That's good. Because different songwriters they go about it differently. Some people say when I was dreaming, I received the song. Some people say when I was walking on the road, and as you said, there a peace and that came about. We receive in different forms in different way. We thank God for that. And on the single, you've been receiving different call up like minister, come on minister here, come on minister there, and testimony. Can you share some of the testimonies you've received so far on this powerful song?
Yeah, a few days after the song was released, I got a screenshot of a text message from a friend whose friend was going through a difficult time, and she had sent a message saying, listening to the song had encouraged her, and she was putting it like on repeat, like she was listening to it again that morning. And it was really encouraging her. Even at church today, a few people came to meet me and said, they had been listening to the song and they just listened to it again, and they'd been blessed by the song, and it's just giving them hope, and they know that they shouldn't give up, and that those words were timely for them.
Turn the volume up, ladies and gentlemen. Praise time on MZ Radio London and AP Radio UK with O.Phils.
Welcome back. This is where we're thanking God for all He has done for us. Romans chapter 8, verse 19 says, "For all creation is eagerly waiting for the manifestation of the children of God." God and even everything around us are waiting for us to manifest. Is waiting for you. You are a solution to a problem until you shine that light. You are the light of the world. You are a chosen generation, and you are called to manifest. You are called to show forth what God has deposited inside of you. So don't keep quiet. Just like my friend there, Stella, she wrote the song, and now she's not just enjoying it on her own, she's shining the light on the song to the whole world. So I'm encouraging you with this, that wherever God has deposited in you, maybe you're a songwriter as well, maybe you're writing a book, or maybe you're gifted in any other way. Just make sure that you share it with the world. Let the world, that thing is there for a purpose. So do release it. Hello, Stella, are you there?
Hello, Phils. Yeah, I'm here.
Cool, cool, cool. So what I just said now will lead me to my next question. Like as a songwriter, because I do write sometimes as well. So, but sometimes I'm not satisfied with what I've, what I have at hand. I'll be like, I can do more, I can do more, I can do more, I can do more. When do you think is the right time for a song? Let's focus on song now. For a song to be released, you've been working on it. When do you think, yeah, this is good enough? I want to release it.
Yeah, this is an interesting question, and kind of it's kind of a difficult question as well. Um, there's no right time, to be honest. I think you have to decide, you have to just make up your mind, this is good enough.
Mm.
I think no one will believe in you more than you believe in yourself. You have to start with yourself, believing in yourself and believing that it's okay if it blesses you, and it can bless the next person beside you as well. The thing is, when we desire 100% perfection, sometimes we never start. It's
Mm.
okay to grow, and for me, that's the way I see myself, as a work in progress. Um, I think the challenge is that we're under a lot of pressure by the standard out there in the world. There's so many great singers, so many great musicians and songwriters, and there's a tendency to feel small in the midst of the crowd. But for me, I believe I have a message, and that message is for someone, and that's what God told me. He said, this song is for someone, and so you have to let it out. And that was why I was like, okay, I will go ahead with the song and let it out.
That's good. That's good. I'm learning. I'm learning as well. I'm learning on that. As a worship leader, you've been leading worship here and there, and you have experience. For you personally, some people will say worship is this to them. It's the way they communicate with God. Some people will say it's the way I lead people into the presence of God. Some people say personal experience, different, explanation and definition. But to you, we just want to learn. We just want to share. What is worship to you?
For me, worship is a way of expressing my relationship or with God, and expressing my love to Him. It's a lifestyle. It's beyond just singing on a Sunday or singing a few hours or a few minutes in a day, or leading people. Those are part of it, but it's more than that. It's my life, honoring God with my life. I think anybody can worship God. You don't have to do it through singing, but for me, singing is one of the ways I express myself to God. But sometimes I don't sing, I just speak to Him, or just be quiet in His presence. Just let Him speak to me, just listen as well and obey Him. Because for God, the little I know about God, I won't say I know so much. He just wants us to obey Him, and not just obey Him like without thinking. He wants us to understand the consequences as well. Sometimes we really don't know why, but you find out as you go through, like, oh, it was worth it listening to Him about this situation and doing it, because of how wise He is. And so for me, worship is just expressing my love to God and living for Him, basically.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I just picking things as you're talking lifestyle, expression, living for him, obedience, all these things, not just singing slow song or fast song or this tempo or that tempo. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. I've learned a lot today, and as I've said, I hope if I call you another time, I didn't get to know how you relax. I didn't get to know how you balance your life, your work, your ministry. So there's a lot, we can share. You can share with us. So I believe if I call you another time, you will answer my call.
Yes, of course. I would love to be
All
here
right,
again.
before you
Thank you
go,
so
can
much.
you tell people where they can get this new single, and what should we be expecting from you soon?
Okay, the new single is So Live, and it's on Deezer, it's on Amazon Music, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and Audio Mac. I have two